All right, we may have to do another welcome here. I think we've got something that just got keyed on. So once again, in case you haven't heard anything, welcome to this broadcast of Lamar Viking Varsity Baseball, brought to you by the Lamar Viking Booster Club. We are at the Lamar Viking Diamond on the campus of Lamar High School. Al, tell us, I'm Bill Foley, going to be doing the play-by-play and the PA announcing. With me, of course, Al Qualman doing the color commentary. Al, tell us a little bit about the records, and give us some weather observations, if you would.
So both teams come into this game in district play at 3-1. So it should be a very competitive matchup tonight. The wind is definitely going to play havoc with this game tonight. Wind's blowing strongly in from center field today, so I expect the outfielders will be playing in. It's going to be difficult to get extra base hits out there tonight. So look for the weather to play another. With spring in Texas and the wind blowing out of the usual really southeast, that's coming in dead to home plate tonight here at Lamar Diamond Field.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see some long ball action from Jose Gutierrez and maybe some others. He's not the only guy that has the big bat, but of course we hope to see that from him every so often. Like you said, both teams coming into this game 3-1 in district play. A week ago, Lamar split with North Crowley, win at each location, won at home and lost over there. And then the week before that, we swept Sam Houston. That same week, Arlington High swept North Crowley, and then last week they split the series with Mansfield. So this is a crucial game for both teams and a key game for the Vikings, hopefully getting a home field win tonight.
Yeah, for the Vikings, Bradley Missile, appropriately named the #1 pitcher for the Vikings, will be on the mound tonight. And for the Colts, it's going to be Zach Bailey. So we'll look forward to that matchup. It should be a matchup of #1s versus #1s. In the last game for the Vikings, Evan Zelm pitched a great game. Shutout ball. So it looks like Lamar's very, very much too deep in their pitching, so we'll see how that goes tonight.
Definitely so. Well, the coaches, the umpires are out for the home plate meeting, and as soon as that wraps up, then we will have starting lineups, national anthem, and tonight we're going to be doing a special moment of silence for Clayton Winkles, a player from Arlington High that passed away a year ago, tragically, but had a great memory with everyone as a very kind person, and Arlington High baseball family is sponsoring some random acts of kindness. Al, I'm going to go ahead and do some PA announcing here, and we'll turn these mics down for just a few moments.
Sounds good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lamar Viking Diamond for tonight's 6A varsity matchup between the Arlington Colts and your Lamar Vikings. We are ready for starting lineups. Starting lineups for today's game. First for the visiting Arlington Colts. Batting first in right field, number 12, Jarrett Granger. Batting second at second base, number 14, Zach Fulton. Batting third at first base, number 24, Alan Fawkes. Batting fourth, the starting pitcher, number 17, Zach Bailey. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 8, Nate White. Batting sixth in center field, number 4, Sam Brown. Batting seventh in left field, number 2, A.J. Mikeworth. Batting eighth at shortstop, number 6, Sam Schenk. Batting ninth, the starting catcher, number 15, Tommy Still. The Colts are led by head coach David Nix and assistant coach Brian Womack. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Lamar Vikings. Batting first at second base, it's number 11, Cameron Weil. Weil at second. On the mound, batting second, number 16, Bradley Missile. Missile, the starting pitcher. Batting third at catcher, number 24, Jose Gutierrez. Gutierrez behind the plate. Batting fourth at shortstop, number 9, Sean Kelly. Kelly at short. Batting fifth at first base, number 15, Braden Chambers. Chambers at first. Batting sixth at third base, number 8, Bryce Cox. Cox at third base. Batting seventh in center field, number 2, Kyle Foster. Foster in center. Batting eighth in left field, number 6, Evan Zelm. Zelm in left. Batting ninth, right fielder, number 7, Brandon Schaefer. Schaefer in right. The rest of the Lamar Vikings are Omir Abdallah, Adrian Rodriguez, Charlie Frawley, Mason Womack, William Bell, JT Gross, and Jack Austin. The manager is Yadi Paigan. The coaches are Paul Kino and Damon Evans. Baseball fans, tonight we come together as one community to remember Colts player Clayton Winkles, who passed away 1 year ago. Would you please join me in a moment of silence? In honor and memory of Clayton's continual kindness that affected so many people, we'd like to call attention to the hashtag Great 11 Day. Clayton's family is asking people to do 11 random acts of kindness to spread Clayton's ever-living kind heart and spirit. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as you are able and honor our nation's flag and remember those who have served our country so proudly and bravely as we play the national anthem. Well, there we've had the starting lineups, a moment of silence and a call to attention for the hashtag Great 11 Day in honor of Clayton Winkles. His family asking everyone to do 11 random acts of kindness in honor of his life.
And Bill, that dovetails nicely with the city program to go do random acts of kindness, so all good there.
Starting battery for the Lamar Vikings, behind the plate, number 24, Jose Gutierrez. Gutierrez, the catcher, and on the mound for your Vikings tonight, number 16, Bradley Missile. Missile, the starting pitcher. Well, we want to thank everybody for making the effort to tune in, so to speak, over the internet for the game tonight. And as we find out about some folks who are listening out and around, we'll do our best to do some shout-outs. We know there's oftentimes some family of players around the country, maybe the world, some of our own family, and just some previous Vikings themselves and so on. So
Had an international audience last game, Bill.
That's right. I think we have our Canadian visitor with us again tonight.
All right.
Leading off for the Colts in the top of the first inning, right fielder number 12, Jarrett Granger. So Jarrett Granger is going to be the leadoff batter for the Colts, a right-handed batter facing the right-handed Bradley Missile. First pitch swung on a miss for strike one, so out there's one of those all-important first pitch strikes.
And Missile pounds the fastball down the center of the plate. Granger couldn't catch up with it.
Fouls that one away. Tonight's first pitch temperature, 82 degrees. So a nice 82-degree day, again with that overcast sky, so shouldn't be losing anything in the sun. The lights are on. They really haven't taken full effect yet. Ooh. And the 0-2 pitch comes in almost to the helmet, and it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Almost hit him there, Bill.
It did. He ducked out of the way just in time. And he swung on a miss for strike 3.
Missile with the off-speed pitch there got him swinging.
The next batter is second baseman number 14, Zach Fulton. Yeah, like Al, I think you were saying before, and I can't remember if we had our audio yet or not, but great crowd tonight for both teams. You know, of course, when both teams are within 15 minutes of this place, it makes for a good night. That first pitch is going to miss low for ball 1.
And this has been a rivalry game, 2 long-established Arlington schools close to each other.
Oh, and that one does hit him.
Thought Missile's first pitch that was inside to the first batter was a purpose pitch, but this one definitely there was no purpose there. It's just got out of control there.
The next batter is number 24, first baseman Alan Falks.
So we got a runner at first.
One out, one on. Here in the top of the first inning, early in the game, no score. Missile on the mound for the Vikings. Throws over to first, and Fulton back in plenty of time.
Fulton wasn't taking a big lead there.
Pitch catches the lower corner of the strike zone. Another first pitch strike for Missile, this time against number 24, Alan Falks. Goes back over, and that ball gets away from Braden Chambers, who's playing first base tonight, just off his glove. So the runner will advance over to second base. Now Gutierrez is going to go out there and talk to Missile for just a few moments.
Calm him down a bit, Bill.
Make sure they've got the signals on tap with each other and everything.
Hit batter and a wild throw to first gets the runner in scoring position.
So no balls and 1 strike, 1 out and 1 on for Alan Falks, first baseman, third batter in the order for the Colts. Hits that one over to right field, about medium out, and it's going to be finally caught, pulled in by the right fielder, Brendan Schaefer. The runner tagged up, he got to third, and they pretty much had him there, not necessarily out, but the ball got away, and he scores.
Ball got away from the third baseman.
Scoring is number 14, Zach Fulton.
Wild throw there by the right fielder for Lamar, Brandon Schaefer, third baseman. Bryce Cox couldn't handle it, so 1 run scores.
The next batter is pitcher number 17, Zach Bailey.
So a bit unfortunate there. Runner scores without a hit.
Yep, first pitch in there for a strike, and that's the deal. These close district matchups, we cannot really afford walks or errors. And we're hit batsmen, same type of deal. He swung on and missed for strike 2, so Missile out in front of this batter pretty quickly. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, then that sequence with the hit batter and the wild throw to first, Missile's done very well, had good command this first inning. That pitch high, count goes to 1-2.
And the 1-2 pitch, ground ball just out of the reach of the third baseman, Bryce Cox. That'll be a base hit. And a single for Zach Bailey. He takes a turn, but wisely moves back to second base. So the first base hit of the game right there. The next batter is number 8, third baseman Nate White. So now 2 outs and 1 on. The number 5 batter in the order. Now looks like they're going to have a courtesy runner. Looks like number 25. Courtesy runner for the Colts at first base, number 25, Peyton Link.
Taking the place of Bailey there, the pitcher for the Colts.
Just kind of a moment for everyone. Looks like just looking around a little bit. The batter's in the box. Missile's on the mound. Runner has about a 1.5 step, 2-step lead. There's a bouncing ball that's going to go foul off the third baseline.
Batter's Nate White just took a while to step in there.
And that's 4 first pitch strikes from Missile. So he's doing a good job of getting out in front of these batters. And the pitch inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bill, I've noticed sometimes the pitchers can get too preoccupied with runners at first base. And if they don't make an accurate throw, that can hurt them, as it did this inning for the Vikings.
Definitely so. That pitch is inside. Brushes him back just a little bit. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's like Missile's having a little bit of wildness inside and high.
Throws back over to first. And Peyton Link, the courtesy runner, gets back in plenty of time. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 on. The Colts lead 1-0. There's a high fly ball that's going out into short center field. Oh, so short. The second baseman was going to try to make a try for it, Cameron Weil. And I don't know if the wind grabbed it or they just weren't communicating or what happened, but the ball lands between 3 of them. So that'll reach, because technically it's a hit because no one touched it.
Yeah, the wind played havoc with that ball, Bill. I don't know. I don't think any of the 3.
Number 4, center fielder Sam Brown.
Center fielder, second baseman, and right fielder all converged on that ball. Weil wound up being the closest one to it, but obviously didn't catch it.
First pitch to Sam Brown. Misses low for ball 1.
So now runners at first and third with 2 out. See if Miskell can get out of this inning.
That pitch hits him in the shoulder. And now the bases are loaded. So what you were observing before, Al, is continuing, where he's having some tough time with control high and inside. And now Coach Kino's going to take a moment to head out to the mound.
Settle him down a bit, hopefully.
We're going to sell some food here in the stands.
I had a dream last night that a hamburger was eating me. These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Hey, there's all kinds of great things to eat or drink at the concession stand. Burgers, hot dogs, chips, candy, sodas, everything you need for dinner at the ballpark. A great way to enjoy the evening. And remember, as always,
best prices guaranteed.
When you're finished with your eats and drinks, please leave your trash in the cans, not the stands. Let's keep the Lamar Viking Diamond a beautiful place to be.
Gee, that's a wonderful idea.
Well, coming back to the action now. Go ahead, Al.
So, Bill, already a key moment in this game. Bases loaded, 2 out.
Number 2 left fielder A.J. Mikeworth. So this is the number 7 batter in the order. Typically not a power hitter spot, but we'll see what happens here. First pitch misses for ball 1. Yeah, like you're saying, bases loaded. There's 2 outs. There's a lot of ways to get out of this inning. And hopefully they can find it before another run scores. Well, that's going to not be that because a balk is called on Missile.
And the runners advance to second and third. Runner scores, so now the score
on the balk, number 25, Peyton Link.
2-0.
And that takes away the force anywhere except for first base also. Swing and miss though for strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Missile hurting himself a little bit this inning. One with a wild throw over to first and another with a balk.
And that pitch is going to miss, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I can sense a little bit of frustration now piling up for Missile.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's working a little quicker.
Now swing and a miss, evens up the count at 2-2. Well, what was it Yogi Berra said? This game is 80% physical and the other half is mental. And this is the mental part. You can't let a rough set of batters take you out of it. And that pitch misses outside, and the count is now full, 3-2.
You've got to be resilient in any sport, particularly for a pitcher. In baseball, one of the most difficult positions to play in sports.
Pitch is outside. That's a walk, and that'll load the bases once more. The next batter is shortstop, number 6, Sam Schenk. Well, the other thing this is doing with 2 outs now and the bases loaded and facing now his 8th batter, it's getting into his pitch count a fair amount.
It is.
That pitch misses for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
Now Missile is really struggling with his control.
There's a swing, it's shot over towards shortstop Sean Kelly, bobbles it just a little, but makes the play just in time for out number 3.
Great play by Kelly.
In the top of the first inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 left on base. Wild. Well, welcome back to the broadcast. We are moving into the bottom of the first inning. The Colts took an early 2-0 lead in the top of the first. And Cameron Weil leading off for the Vikings. Looks at the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Last game against North Crowley, Weil really ignited scoring for the Vikings by getting a bunt hit as a leadoff hitter.
That's right. That was that 3-run inning that made the difference in the game. That one is fouled back to the wall and bounces, blowing in pretty strongly. There's a bouncing ball that gets to the first baseman, picks it up, and makes it on first for out number 1. That'll go down as a G. The next batter, number 16, Bradley Missile.
Bill Bailey, the pitcher for the Colts, has good size.
There's a bouncing ball that goes very high to the third baseman. He picks it up, makes a throw. And on the first pitch to Bradley Missile, he's out at first on a 5-3. Ahora bateando, número 24, Jose Gutierrez. Well, Al, here comes Jose Gutierrez with nobody on and 2 outs in the first inning. Hoping to get something started here. Behind him on deck is Sean Kelly, also a great hitter. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1.
At a minimum, hopefully he'll take a few pitches here because Bailey has gotten through the first 2 batters very quickly.
Well, swings at that one and misses, and now it's 0-2.
Gutierrez talks to the umpire on that.
Yeah, I think he's saying, I missed, but where was it? Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's outside for ball 1. Yeah, Bailey trying to see if he can get Jose to chase something outside there. That's a good pitch to burn on the 0-2 count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that's inside for ball 2, evens up the count. I want to thank Jay Ryan, who's our producer and technology expert. Really makes all this stuff happen behind the scenes. Jay at our production studios headquarters. And a bunker hidden away in North Arlington, Texas. That pitch misses farther outside for ball 3, full count. So Jay, thank you on behalf of everyone who gets to listen and the Booster Club and the baseball team. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that's going to miss, and he's on base with a walk. Courtesy runner at first base for the Vikings, number 5, Omer Abdallah. Now batting, number 9, shortstop, Sean Kelly.
So hopefully the Vikings will get a 2-out rally going here, Bill.
Well, the first pitch to Sean Kelly misses for ball 1. Yeah, 2-out rally would be nice. Omer Abdallah has some good speed. See if he can find his way to second before Sean gets a chance for a hit. Omer taking about a 2-step lead. There's a line drive that's snagged on the bounce by the second baseman, Zach Fulton. He throws over to Alan Folks at first for the out.
Good play by Fulton.
Yeah, he reached out and grabbed that very well. Nothing doing for the Vikings in the bottom of the first. We'll be back. Leading off for the Colts in the top of the second inning, catcher number 15, Tommy Still. Wow, this will be Tommy Still's first plate appearance. He's the number 9 batter in the order. He looks at a first pitch for strike 1. So 5 first pitch strikes for Bradley Missile. So again, getting a good start in front of these batters, but sometimes struggling with control here. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, a couple of hit batters and a walk in that first inning really hurt him.
Hopefully he had a chance, just kind of relax, settle down here in the dugout in the bottom of the first. There's a fly ball that's going to go foul back over the visitor stands.
Probably had some jitters that first inning. Hopefully he got those out.
And here comes the 0-2 pitch again. That's going to miss for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looking to paint the outside corner there, just missed it. Still right-hand batting.
1-2 pitch. It's a bouncing ball just between short. Wow. I tell you what, Sean Kelly made an incredible effort. I thought that was going through to the outfield. He stopped it, almost had the throw.
Way
Strike
deep in
number
the hole,
18.
almost past the third baseman.
Courtesy runner at first base for the Colts, number 18, Harrison Hammond. So technically a nice infield single there for Tommy Still.
Like
the next batter is number 12, Jarrett Granger.
Like you, Bill, I thought that ball was going into left field, but Kelly was able to glove it. Just couldn't make the throw. He was way deep in the hole. Looked a little bit like Ozzie Smith there.
There's a little bunt down the first baseline. It's going to be picked up by Braden Chambers, but no one at first base in time. I think he had time to make the throw. He and the pitcher, Missile, both went for the ball. Cameron Wiles saw that, went over to cover second, but couldn't get there in time, so there's an infield single. Kind of not technically an error, but somewhat of a mental error, maybe.
Miscommunication there between the second baseman, first baseman, and pitcher. Nobody was covering first. The ball was fielded in time.
The next batter, number 14, Zach Fulton. Yeah, Gutierrez goes out and talks to Missile there a little bit, probably just settle him down a little bit, make sure everything's still okay. The courtesy runner now at second base, he's a pitcher for the Colts, Harrison Hammond. He's had a really good year with some pitching this season. And the first pitch to Zach Fulton of this at bat gets in there for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike. Still nobody out and 2 on here in the top of the second. The Colts lead 2-0.
Runners at first and second, nobody out.
And there's a bunt attempt, but he goes back behind the catcher.
Two-strike count on Fulton here. Let's see if Missile can get the punch out.
Looks over at second base, throws. That's going to be in the dirt and just outside. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Missile being pretty deliberate here. Looks over at second. No one holding him too tight. Not a huge lead by Harrison Hammond. Missile steps off. That draws Hammond to go back to second base. No one there, but he doesn't take a chance.
Kelly, the shortstop, coming in behind the runner there to prohibit him from taking a bigger lead.
Missile swivels his head back and forth. Now delivers. That's going to be a line drive out into center field. That'll be caught by Kyle Foster. He gets the ball in quickly and efficiently to Sean Kelly, who puts it back over to Cameron Weil at second just to make sure no one gets any further.
Good play by Kelly there, cutting off the ball.
The next batter, number 24, Alan Fawkes. So now 1 out and 2 on, still at first and second for the Colts. Coach Nix coaching over at third base. Bouncing ball just out of the reach of Bryce Cox. That's going to be a double, it looks like, out into left field down the third base line. 2 runs are going to be scored, and that's a 2 RBI double by Alan Falks. Scoring on the play, Harrison Hammond and Jarrett Granger. The next batter is number 17, Zach Bailey.
Bill, that last ball painted down the line, just out of the reach of the third baseman for the Vikings. Run scoring double for the Colts.
And just like that, the lead now doubled to 4-0. First pitch there is a strike. 7 first pitch strikes, but unfortunately not able to stay on top of enough of these efficiently enough to get quick outs.
And enough mental miscues out there so far for the Vikings that it's hurt them.
That pitch is fouled away over to the soccer fields behind the visitors' dugout. So the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Some kids running off over in that direction. You're going to see if they can beat the Colt players out of the dugout over there. Man, Al, do you remember the old days in Little League and you get brought back a foul ball and you get a free snow cone?
Awesome.
Yeah. Those days are gone.
Those days are gone for sure.
That pitch is tipped on it looked like a bunt attempt. It goes foul, so the count stays at 0-2. What's your favorite flavor of snow cone, Al?
Cherry.
All right. I used to like the cherry when I was younger. Now I'm a blue coconut guy.
Blue coconut.
Blue coconut, not white coconut. It's got to be the blue. That pitch is outside for ball 1.
I noticed last time I was in downtown Arlington at the Levitt Pavilion, they now have low-cal snow cones.
Oh.
And zero-cal snow cones.
Is it really still a snow cone?
It doesn't taste very good, I'll tell you that. I got one when I was on a diet, and that's the last one I'm going to get.
There's a foul ball that goes up and over the broadcast booth.
I guess snow cones were meant to have calories.
I believe so. There's just some things that, you know what, if you're going to do it all the way.
Yeah.
I know some people, I've got relatives that have diabetes and stuff. You got to either watch or can't have any of the sugar, but that's in the dirt. Now, Jose Gutierrez makes a great stop on that pitch. Keeps it in front of him. The runners cannot advance. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And a runner at second base for the Colts. That's Alan Falks, who got that 2-run double just a few moments ago.
Gutierrez with excellent agility behind the plate.
There's a high fly ball that's going to go up and over us again. Hopefully not to my car, which is just the other side of the broadcast booth here. Of course, that old 1999 Expedition I drive with almost 250,000 miles. I don't know if anyone would notice if a ball hit it unless it smashed the windshield.
You still don't want it to hit your car.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Another foul ball. Nope. Well, it's in foul territory. And Braden Chambers makes the catch in foul territory.
Man's got to know his limitations.
You sounded like Dirty Harry just then.
I tell you what, Bill, every fly ball is an adventure tonight.
The next batter is number 8, Nate White. Yeah, that's true because, you know, we're feeling a little breeze once in a while. The flag right now isn't blowing too straight on that. It might be twisted around the pole. I think it is.
It is.
But that wind is swirling, and you could just tell, like you're saying, Braden Chambers right there even just having a little bit of a challenge to see that one all the way into the glove. First pitch there is a strike, so I've got now 8 first pitch strikes for Bradley Missile.
None of the players have been confident seeing the ball going high up in the air tonight.
And the pitch swung on, and that's bounced over toward the home bullpen, and then it hits the wall and goes into left field. Sean Kelly goes to pick that up to return it to Coach Evans, who drops it. Hey, welcome to our producer, Jay Ryan.
Executive producer.
Excuse me, executive producer. I need to genuflect as I do the old curling of the wrist.
Good to see you out of the bunker, Jay.
You know, it's almost like when the principal comes into your classroom, he's coming here to help do some, hopefully, video improvement here.
Looks like he's tweaking your screen a little
Runner
bit.
goes from second to third, That ball is fouled away.
Two strikes, 2 outs. Gutierrez is going to need to watch the runner at second. Look at that.
All of a sudden, a much better picture for our fans and viewers.
You just got to have those skills.
That's it. That's definitely a team effort here.
He keeps trying to put white out on the monitors. He doesn't know there's a text.
All these secrets that our producer has that he hasn't taught us.
Speaking of baseball, no balls and 2 strikes.
It is a little better. I'll go back to my computer.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, you're sounding good.
Appreciate it. And there's strike 2. Is that right? Or was that?
I think he called that no pitch, Bill, because
okay.
the batter was backing out of the batter's box.
Yeah, so we already had no 0-2.
So it's still 0-2.
Okay, gotcha. Good eye there, Al, to catch that. And again, thanks, Jay Ryan. I don't know if anyone is really aware how much that man does for Lamar athletics all the way around. Football, baseball, basketball. Ground ball scooped up by Cameron Weil. He does everything he can, but it's an infield single. By Nate White. The next batter is number 4, Sam Brown. So Sam Brown steps up to the plate for his second time. Now he was hit by a pitch back in the first inning and then left stranded as the bases were left loaded in that bottom of the first, but the Colts did score 2 runs as they have this inning. Throw over to first base a little bit high. Fortunately, Braden Chambers able to reach up and grab that ball.
Game in danger getting away from the Vikings here. They really need this out to keep it a competitive game here at 4-0.
Definitely so. 2 outs and runners on the corner. Holding that runner kind of close at first. That pitch just misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Sam Brown, the center fielder. He bats number 6 in the order overall. And the pitch, that's outside for ball 2.
Pitch count now for Missile working its way up.
Definitely so.
No action yet in the Viking bullpen.
1 2/3 around the batting order here in the second inning. Total trips around the batting order. That pitch is upstairs for ball 3, now 3-0. Well, Al, here I'll say this, the flag has untangled itself and now waving more proudly and beautifully.
Looks much better untangled, don't you think?
Yes, it does.
Looks good all the time, but looks better untangled.
So a 3-0 pitch coming. Red light's got to be on.
Strike.
Just as you might expect. So now 3-1.
So, Bill, are you traveling anywhere this week for work?
Yeah, Wednesday I go to the beautiful Great Plains city of Amarillo. Come back Thursday, hopefully in time for the freshman game. There's a little looper that's caught on the fly by Sean Kelly. So 2 outs, 2 left on in the top of the second, 4-0. We'll be back.
Good athleticism out there.
Leading off in the bottom of the second inning, number 15, Braden Chambers.
First pitch of ball. Chambers left-hand batting. That one pounded in there for a strike by Bailey. Count goes to 1-1.
1 ball and 1 strike. Leadoff batter, Braden Chambers. He hits one back into the parking lot.
So, Bill, you should be in Amarillo by morning, right?
Amarillo by Wednesday morning.
By Wednesday morning.
Yeah. And then there's a pitch into the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Braden Chambers. Yeah, and then hopefully back in time for the freshman game that my son David will be playing in at about 8 o'clock that night. Al, you'll be doing the PA for the JV game. That's all assuming we don't have a rain out that night. Hopefully the rain is stopped by then and the field is clear enough. And there's a call, strike 3 on Chambers.
Struck him out.
Third baseman, number 8, Bryce Cox. So now quickly, 1 out in the bottom of the second, and there's a first pitch strike for Bailey on Bryce Cox. No balls and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the second inning, the Vikings trail 4-0. There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop, Sam Shank, and he makes the throw in time to Alan Folks at first base for out number 2.
Bailey does strike an imposing figure on the mound.
Number 2, center fielder Kyle Foster. Well, so here quickly, already 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, nobody on. Kyle Foster, he's got some good speed, and whenever he finds his way onto the bases, he looks at a first pitch strike.
Off-speed pitch there by Bailey. Curveball.
High fly ball that's going to go to, well, just in the dirt to the shortstop. He has to find that ball on his way down, and very quickly, 3 up, 3 downs for the Vikings, and still 4-0. We'll be back. Al, A.J. Mikeworth comes up for his second at bat of the game. He walked back in the first inning, and he was left stranded with the bases loaded. Looked like he was kind of showing bunt and kind of made a weird run towards first base. I'm not sure what happened there, but he has a first pitch strike. So I've got 9 first pitch strikes now for Missile in the game.
Mike Worth left-hand batting looked like same approach as last inning.
Ball 1 there outside. Gutierrez was set up outside just a little bit at catcher.
Colts got on with a bunt single last inning.
That pitch is low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. You know, here we are in the bottom of the order. This is the number 7 batter in their order. Hopefully we've got some chances at some outs here in this. And there's strike 2, called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So number 2 at the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Any strikeouts from Missile yet? I believe he has 1 at least.
He had 1 in the first inning. There's a ground ball to Cameron Wallace, second. Makes the stop, throws beautifully in time to Braden Chambers at first for out number 1 on the 4-3 play against number 2. The next batter is number 6, Sam Schenk. So Al Schenk came up in the first inning as well. He grounded out to the shortstop for the 3rd out, and he grounds that one just barely foul down the first baseline.
On the last batter, Weil made a very good catch. Ball took a difficult hop, tough hop on him, and he got his body in front of the ball, fielded it cleanly.
Came down on one knee, uses, like you say, uses his whole body to kind of help block that. So, and then that ball right there hit it, strike 1. Ground ball just barely foul down the first baseline. There's a pitch in there for strike 2. Boy, had that last one before this stayed just like 4 inches to the left, it would have been an easy out. Ground ball to the first baseman, but no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball just over the reach of the pitcher. Sean Kelly scoops it up and makes a nice throw and a nice stretch by Braden Chambers at first, and that'll be the 6-3 out.
What a play by Kelly.
You're unbelievable.
The next batter is number 15, Tommy Still. So Tommy Still came up to the bat. He was leadoff in the second inning. He had a single. And then Harrison Hammond, who sometimes pitches, is not starting in this game in the field, so he's courtesy runner, and he ended up scoring. 1 ball and no strikes.
Kelly on that last play looking a little bit like the Rangers shortstop Elvis Andrus, Bill.
The glass-shattering foul ball reminds us to remind you that RJ Construction not only leads the industry in roofs, they now do window replacement. RJ Construction, a proud sponsor of Lamar Viking baseball. Ground ball goes foul off the 3rd baseline. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tommy Still. Al, I coached Tommy and his brother in the YMCA League many years ago.
Wow.
They played with Charlie on a team for 1 or 2 seasons. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Three up, 3 down in the top of the 3rd inning. The score remains 4-0.
off in the bottom of the third inning for the Vikings. Left fielder number 6, Evan Zelm.
Well, we're going to get our first look at Evan Zelm tonight at the plate. Al, left-handed batter, plays, would you guess it, left field. Tries to look at bunt for the first pitch, and that goes over the umpire's head and starts off no balls and 1 strike.
Like we talked about earlier, Zelm pitched a complete game shutout against North Crowley.
That's right.
This past Friday.
Zelm is a versatile player.
And that was a very quick game.
Like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, less than that.
Oh, wow. That was a delayed call, but it's strike 2. He didn't swing at that, did he?
Nope.
I wonder where that pitch went, because I thought it was kind of low, but I'm up high up in the second floor here, so I don't know. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that's going to miss for ball 1.
That was a ball.
Evan's older brother Alex was a great player here at Lamar also, another versatile player. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Right fielder number 7, Brendan Schaefer. Well, here's our number 9 batter in the order. The only batter so far to make it on base was Gutierrez with a walk back in the first inning. That pitch misses outside for ball 1.
A couple balls have been well hit by the Vikings, but played by the Colts.
True.
Oop.
Schaefer looking to maybe try to bunt his way on. He sends that one rolling over to the Colts dugout. Assistant coach Brian Womack picks that up and returns it back to the catcher.
Oh. Hit better there, Bill.
Number 11, Cameron Wild. Well, maybe this is the start of the little rally we need here. I'll get the number 6 or number 9 batter on for us, no matter how you do it. Zelm now on at first base. He's taking a pretty healthy lead. About 3 steps there. Bailey delivers the first pitch to Weil, and it misses for ball 1. Oh, my bad. That's right. Zelm was out. Thank you so much, Al. Schaefer got hit by the pitch and got his way on. 2 balls and no strikes. The count. Thank the umpire for keeping us straight here as we were. Al's doing a good job of catching the EA error on the announcer on my
missed a couple pitches there.
Yeah. But as they say in basketball, no harm, no foul. There's a foul ball that's going to go over the home dugout.
Schaefer running was going on the pitch.
All right, the count 2 balls and 1 strike. There's 1 out and 1 on at first. Brendan Schaefer, the runner at first. Bailey delivers the pitch. Is shot, line drive, caught by the shortstop, Sam Shank, who makes the throw back on the hung up Brendan Schaefer for the double play, and that will retire the side. 4-0 in the bottom of the third. We'll be back.
Leading off in the top of the fourth inning for the Colts, number 12, Jarrett Granger.
Well, Al leading off in the fourth is their leadoff hitter. This is his third appearance at the plate. He got a base hit back in the second inning and scored. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Hits a ground ball to Cameron Weil. Picks it up, makes a throw in time to Braden Chambers at first. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
So slow rolling ball, well played by Weil.
Number 14,
Zach Fulton. Boy, those are tricky sometimes. You got to make sure you charge up on it, but you don't want to get your momentum too far. Well, now this is kind of good, Al. Not kind of good, it's great. The last 5 batters in a row have been retired by missile. We had 3 up, 3 down in the third. Of course, going back to the second inning, the last batter retired in the inning. And now the first batter here on 1 pitch. That pitch misses for 1-0.
Missile settling in.
And that pitch catches the outside edge. Jose does a good job of framing that one as the catcher. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now hopefully our batters will settle in and get some things going on the offensive side. 1-1 pitch comes, and that's inside for ball 2.
Almost hit him.
I was waiting to see what it was actually doing. The umpire blocking the view here.
Might have caught part of his uniform if he had an XL rather than an L.
Yeah, right. Did you ever wear baggy clothes just to get hit by a pitch?
Well, I wore baggy clothes just because I had to.
Okay. You know, that called strike evens up the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to work up our list of some shout-outs here in a few moments. And there's a swing and a miss. Gutierrez drops it but picks it up and throws it for the strikeout.
So now 6 in a row put down by Missile.
So Alan Folks, the batter, he hits it straight up in the air. Cameron Weil comes over to make that out.
Another 1-2-3 inning.
3 up, 3 down in the top of the fourth. The score remains 4-0, and that takes us to the 4th inning stretch. Game is being broadcast live over the internet. Anyone around the world can tune in and hear it at lamarnation.com. Click on live stream. The leadoff batter for the Vikings in the bottom of the 4th inning, number 16, Bradley Missile.
Well, the first pitch to Bradley Missile is swung on, and I think that was not really a bunt attempt, but kind of an excuse me swing, and puts the ball just foul off the first base line.
So we can work up a little rally here in the bottom of the 4th for the Vikings.
It'd be good. This is our number 2 hitter, so almost the complete top of the order for us.
0-1 pitch coming in from Bailey. And it pushes Missile back just a little bit. He bends backwards. Ball 1 ball and 1 strike.
Tough to have patience when you're down by 4 runs, but that's exactly what's needed for the Vikings right now.
That pitch is inside for ball 2. I'm going to see if I can do a sportscaster's jinx. Bailey, the pitcher for the Colts, has a no-hitter going after 3 innings. He does have 1 walk and 1 hit batsman, so no, not a perfect game. There's a looping ball hit into short right field, and that's going to be caught by the second baseman, Zach Fulton.
How you doing? What's up?
Number 24, Jose Gutierrez. Hey, Preston, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, we've got Preston Gomez. Preston, what happened across town?
It was a pretty good, hard-fought game. We lost on last play.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, though.
Well, Gutierrez sends one out into deep center field on the first pitch, but unfortunately, center fielder was able to battle the wind and the lights and bring that one in for an F8.
That ball well struck, Bill, but no way with that wind blowing in, and that was hit into the teeth of the wind.
Number 9, Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly comes up to the plate in another fast inning here. He was grounded out to the second baseman back in the first inning. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 1 ball and no strikes.
Bill, I want to ask you, where does Kelly's batting helmet end and his beard begin? Can you see that?
That's a good idea. Well, I mean, that's a good point. Foul ball hit over toward the visitors' bullpen and just out of play.
I believe he's the only player with a full beard.
So 1 ball and 1 strike to Sean Kelly. 2 outs and nobody on.
Kelly's made several good plays in the infield tonight.
There's a drive out to right field. Looks like Jarrett Granger has it, and he does bring it in for out number 3. So another 3 up, 3 down. Unfortunately, this time for the Vikings, it's still 4-0. We'll be back. Minute. Leading off in the top of the 5th inning for the Colts, number 17, Zach Bailey. So Al, the pitcher, Zach Bailey, comes up for the Colts. His last at bat, trying to find it. Well, I can't find it right off the bat, so to speak. Well, they were saying he held back enough, the appeal to the first base umpire, so 1 ball and no strikes. Now, back in the first inning, he had a single and scored, well, actually, courtesy runner scored for him, Peyton Link. There's a foul ball that goes out of play back behind the home dugout.
How tall do you think Bailey is, Bill?
I'm going to say he's about 5'14".
I'd say it looks a good 6'3" to me. He's well hit.
And the center fielder Kyle Foster brings that one in for out number 1. The next batter is number 8, Nate White.
Bill, as you mentioned earlier, Missile is settled in nicely here. Has 2 1-2-3 innings and now gets the first batter here in the top of the 5th.
And there's a foul ball that goes straight over the umpire back to the net, which the concession stand folks are glad it's there, because that would have landed right in a Frito pie had that net not been there. Speaking of Frito pie, my favorite concession food item, and of course we have the Shipwreck here at the Lamar Viking Diamond, a cheeseburger with a Frito pie and a hot dog on top of it. A well-hit ball to right field over Brendan Schaefer's head, rolls to the fence. He'll hold up with a stand-up double.
Well-hit ball. Anything that's going to get over the outfielders' heads tonight is going to be well hit with that wind blowing in. That ball was well struck.
Number 4, Sam Brown.
Yeah, Bill, I'm a nacho guy. I know you're a Frito pie guy.
So 2 similar items, only I got to have that chili on there.
Chili, I got to admit.
First pitch in there for a strike, so I might have missed 1 or 2, but yeah, I know I have. That's at least 11 first pitch strikes from Missile. I know he's had more than that, because in that quick 3 up, 3 down inning, I wasn't keeping track, but still doing a good job of getting ahead of some of these batters. Looks at the runner at second, delivers that pitch. It finds its way into the strike zone. So now ahead of this batter, 0-2.
That double broke up the string of retired batters by Missile.
Yeah, he was at, I guess, 7 in a row, and then the leadoff double here in the 5th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Goes foul over to the Lamar dugout.
Missile settled in well. Nobody up in the Lamar Viking bullpen, so you expect he'd go at least another inning or so.
The runner heading to third, and now he'll have to go back. Thank goodness, because he had the lead on that.
Had a big jump.
Yeah, he had third base. Unfortunately, the batter swung and went foul, so he comes back. Well, nothing like doing wind sprints out there.
They're young, they can handle it.
That's it. Well, it looks like we've got our Viking fan Donna over in the Crowley area tuned in. Looks like we have Lisa up in Winnipeg.
All right, Lisa.
A Canadian Viking fan. I know we've got some family around, some of the different players. Anytime we do get some names, we will pass those on out.
See if we can get Lisa to tell us what the temperature is in Winnipeg today.
In Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Well, either one. We'll take either one. We'll do the quick conversion.
There you go. There's a well-hit ball to left field, and Evan Zilm plays that, and that keeps the runner at second base, and now there's 2 outs. The next batter is number 2, A.J. Mikeworth.
Have you ever been to Winnipeg, Bill?
I never have. I've been to some other parts of Canada. Now Kino coming out to talk to Missile. And it looks like we are going to see a change. It looks like William Bell is going to come out next. So like you said, I don't think I saw him warming up in the bullpen.
I didn't see him warming up.
attention, please. Now pitching for the Vikings, number 23, William Bell. Bell on the mound. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Oh, welcome back to the broadcast. Now we've had a pitching change for the Vikings. William Bell comes up to the mound. I don't know, through 9 or 10 warm-up pitches there. Looked like he was in pretty good control and had some speed.
So Missile goes 4 2/3, gives up 4 runs in the first 2 innings. It settles down, Bill, and finishes the game well.
Yeah. Just a rocky start, but sure got his control. Like you said earlier, used a great word. He's a very resilient pitcher. First pitch to Mike Worth from William Bell is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs, a runner on second for the Colts, who lead 4-0, top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Always great to see these young athletes show mental strength, Bill. And he stuck to it, finished the game well.
Pitch is outside for ball 2. Bell taking quite a few head swivel looks back over at second base. No one really holding him tight, but I guess he wants that runner to know he's watching him. He comes over and delivers that 1-1 pitch pretty far outside for ball 2. That pitch is outside again for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Foul tip back to the wall. Now the full count.
See if Bell can get this first batter here. Struck him out.
He struck him out.
In the top of the 5th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. The score remains 4-0. for the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th inning, number 15, Braden Chambers.
Interesting walk-up music there.
Yeah, there's a well-hit ground ball to the second baseman who picks it up and throws in time. Unfortunately, 1 pitch, 1 out. I'll explain that walk-up here in just a moment. Number 8, Bryce Cox. So that walk-up song, Fruit Salad by the children's show group, The Wiggles, Jack Austin had that changed to be his walk-up song, first pitch, ball one, recently. And now just heard word that I think Jack Austin is injured, might be out for the season. So maybe in his honor, Braden Chambers said, well, I'll have that walk-up song now. And it's kind of a fun one, a fan favorite, it looks like. That pitch gets in there for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bryce Cox.
So tribute.
Yeah, there you go, tribute. Bryce gets a piece of that one and sends it out into the soccer fields.
Yeah, we heard the Viking manager report earlier today that he may have hurt his arm.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that. Our best wishes to Jack Austin. Great guy and a good player. Great player. And now that misses, and it evens up the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Loss for the Vikings, if that's true.
Definitely so. Jack can pitch. He can play first. He's a good all-around player. Hits the ball. That pitch, it looked like it was going inside, but he rings him up for strike 3.
Pulled the string on him. Good pitch by Bailey.
Number 2, Kyle Foster. That one gets fouled away.
I did hit a rooftop.
So RJ Construction gets another little shout out for us.
Need to give some love to RJ Construction.
Proud sponsor of Lamar Viking baseball.
That one hit the building next to the dugout. I don't know what
they call that. The shed.
The shed. It hit the shed. Ooh, it hit him.
Oh, and they're saying he went around when it hit him, so that's actually going to be called a strike. The home plate umpire looked over to the first base umpire, said he came around, hit him on the arm, and now Coach Kino's taking a look at him. And they're going to bring Bryant, the trainer for Lamar, out, one of the excellent training staff members that we have. I think that's Bryant.
Looked like he came on the hand. He's grabbing his hand and shaking his hand.
Yeah, hand or wrist, I'm not sure.
It's on his left hand.
Well, Kyle Foster, an excellent center fielder. He's played second base in the past. He bats well. Man, when that guy gets on base too, that guy can run. Kyle Foster has great speed. You don't want to see anything happen to anyone.
See if he can get on here. Looks like Foster may come out of the game.
Yeah, it looks like it. Wow. Well, our best wishes, thoughts, and prayers go out. And now it looks like Omir Abdallah is going to come in and bat the rest of the at-bat for Kyle. Now, Omir Abdallah was a courtesy runner earlier.
Tough for Abdallah coming out in an 0-2 count.
Completing the at-bat will be number 5, Omir Abdallah.
Dollar thrown into the fire quickly.
Well, that's a challenge. You had to come into it with an 0-2 pitch. I've been in some softball tournaments where you start off with like a 3-2 count or 1-2-1 count. Swings and misses, and unfortunately that one swing, he'll get charged with a strikeout. That will retire the side 3 up, 3 down, still 4-0. Well, welcome back to the broadcast. Here we are going into the top of the 6th inning. Colts lead 4-0. Sam Shank, their number 8 hitter, comes up. I have that his last at bat in the 3rd inning, he grounded out to the shortstop, Sean Kelly. Sends that first pitch over the visitor stands for strike 1. We've just been joined in the dugout by Kent Dressel, the famous father of the more famous Graham G. Swag Dressel, one of the outstanding players a few years ago with the Lamar Viking Diamond.
Welcome, Kent.
There's a fly ball that goes foul. And now the count goes to 0-2 for William Bell, facing his second batter of the game. He struck out A.J. Mikeworth to end the 5th inning, going in relief after 4 2/3 innings by Bradley Missel. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's fouled away. They'll stay alive at 0-2. Al, you said we got another shout-out.
Maybe got a shout-out to a listener all the way from St. Louisville, Ohio, Karen.
Nice.
Thanks for listening along, LamarNation.com. Karen just got through coming back from a trip from Chicago.
Glad she made it in and out of there safely. Here comes another 0-2 pitch from Bell. That looked to be going outside. He grabs a piece of it. He gets wrapped up in the upper part of the net, makes a little swirl, goes down to the bottom of the net at the wall, makes another little swirl, almost like a pinball machine. I'm going to get some play-by-play on these foul balls. We're going to let the listeners know what's happening. Here's another 0-2 pitch. Ground ball hit straight to Sean Kelly, scoops it up, makes the throw to Braden Chambers, who digs and stretches for out number 1.
Good catch by Chambers.
As Abracadabra reach out and grab your moment, brought to you by first baseman Braden Chambers. The next batter, number 15, Tommy Still. First pitch swung on and missed by Tommy Still, the catcher, batting 9th in the order. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on.
So far, Bell, 2 up, 2 down.
Ground ball again to Sean Kelly, picks it up, throws in plenty of time, this time a little bit higher in the air. Chambers makes that catch as well. So here to start the 6th inning, 2 6-3s to get the 2 first batters. And now we're back to the starting order of the lineup for the Colts. Number 12, Jarrett Granger.
That time Chambers didn't have to do anything difficult on the catch. Perfect throw from Kelly.
I think Kelly said, just put your glove up and I'll throw it there.
There you go.
First pitch this time misses for ball 1. Granger, his last at bat, was back in the 4th inning, grounded out to the second baseman Cameron Weil. I think that was that nice knee drop kind of defensive play. That pitch even more inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs. Colts lead 4-0, getting 2 in the first and 2 in the second. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Bell changes speeds well, Bill.
That's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
That pitch inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Fastball, curveball mix.
Fouled off over to the fielded by the first base coach Brian Womack.
Strike thrown by Womack. Bringing back memories.
Got that ball, oh yeah. Ground ball hit to the second baseman Cameron Weil, picks it up, throws, 3 up, 3 down. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Vikings, number 6, Evan Sell. Well, Al, this is definitely one of the biggest crowds we've seen. We had some big crowds from some of the Saturday tournament games, but both teams well represented by their fans tonight. First pitch by Zelm, lined directly to the third baseman, Nate White. Didn't even have to move. That'll go down as an L5.
Great crowd tonight. Hopefully our listeners can hear some of the fan reaction out there.
The batter, number 23, William Bell. Well, swings and misses. I didn't do my job of looking over at the on-deck circle. I had the wrong walk-up song queued up. William Bell comes up to bat.
William didn't hold that against you.
All right, well, thanks. Wow, that pitch, the very bottom of the strike zone. A little bit of a hesitated call there by the umpire. Bell didn't think it was a strike, but the umpire didn't. That's what counts, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and miss for strike 3. Number 11, Cameron Weil.
Well, Bill, you tried it. Let me try it. Bailey has a no-hitter going.
Yeah, see if you can
see if we can break it up here, bottom of the 6th.
Yep, still only the 2 base runners One in the first, one in the third. Attempts a bunt there. Did they call that a strike? I'm thinking he went. Yeah, they are. Okay, strike one. I think Wild even actually asked the umpire because he never made a call on it, but he didn't hold back enough. That pitch inside for ball one, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Vikings running out of chances here. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 6th.
There's 4 outs left.
There's a ground ball hit to the second baseman, Zach Fulton, and throws over in time to Alan Folks at first to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down again. We'll be back. Leading off in the top of the 7th inning for the Colts, number 14, Zach Fulton. Well, here we go into the final inning, assuming we don't have extra innings. In Texas high school baseball, we play 7 innings regulation. Colts lead 4-0. First pitch from William Bell is swung on, hit to left field, and that's caught by Omir Abdallah.
Good catch by Abdallah. Had to run back on that ball. Track that one well.
Next batter, number 24, Alan Folks. First pitch here is inside for ball 1.
Bell's mother running the concession stands tonight, Bill. Still time to get some food.
Oh, yeah. Bouncing ball straight back to the pitcher, William Bell. Throws over to first in plenty of time. That'll go down as a 1-3. The next batter, number 17, Zach Bailey. Yeah, Kent noticing the pitcher who's coming up to bat now for the Colts, pretty tall guy. I have him at about 5'14". What do you say?
16, 5'16".
5'16". Fly ball hit into foul territory, going to go out of play into the visitors' dugout.
Regardless, whether he's 5'14" or 5'16", he strikes an opposing presence on that mound.
Yes, he does. And he's done an excellent job. Got to give a definite shout out to him. He's done an excellent job on the mound, allowing only 2 base runners, a walk in the first, a hit batsman in the third. He swings and misses for strike 1. No, that's going to be strike 2 because of the foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes.
Several hard hit balls by the Vikings, but no hits yet.
I'll tell you what, when you have your pitcher in the cleanup spot, that says a lot about not only his pitching ability and his hitting. Looks to take a swing, pulls back. Gutierrez appeals to first. He says no. So 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So like the Japanese star that's now with the Angels, right? Otani. He's going to pitch and hit.
You know, I like that. And that's in the American League, huh?
Supposedly. Although it's had very mixed reviews so far in spring training.
That ball foul tipped back over to the netting, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes, or remains 1 and 2. Here's the next pitch from Bell. High sky ball back to deep left field. Abdallah has it, comes back into it, and he makes the catch.
Wow.
Yeah, no kidding.
This Olympic moment brought to you by left fielder Omir Abdallah. Leading off in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Vikings, number 16, Bradley Missile. All right, well, Kino brought him out of the pitching, but he's left him in the batting order or reinserted him because Missile does have a good bat. Bats second overall for the Vikings. Swings and misses at that one, though. No balls and 1 strike. And Missile's another one if he gets on base. He has some speed.
Have we mentioned that the Colts pitcher has a no-hitter going?
Yeah, I wonder if we can get this thing broken up here. Inside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike.
We're not going to have too many more opportunities to mention that, Bill.
I know. There's a swing and a
this could be
ball launched out to left field and shortstop. Sam Shank makes a great running play to track that one down for out number 1.
It looked like it might have been the first hit.
It had a sure chance at it.
Good play by Shank.
Ahora bateando número 24, Jose Gutierrez. Wow, that song just makes me want to get out of my chair and dance around. So.
Dancing.
Heck yeah. Well, Gutierrez comes up with a chance to get something going here. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
I think that was some music of one of the WWE wrestlers, wasn't it, Bill?
It might be. I've lost track of WWE myself ever since I found out that not all of it's 100% genuine. That was a disappointment when I was 40 years old and found out
that it's not genuine?
Another pitch misses ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes, yeah. Yeah, well, I pitch outside now. It looks like Bailey trying to see if he can get Gutierrez to
he's staying away
reach
from
out
Gutierrez
or
at
something,
this
yeah.
point. See if he can get him to chase something, but staying away from him.
That pitch is in there for strike 1. The red light was on, but you know that's going to be down the pipe pretty much. 3 balls and 1 strike to Gutierrez.
Vikings obviously has to get base runners at this point.
There's a bouncing ball to the first baseman, picks it up, bobbles it, can't find it, and he is going to be safe with an error, but we'll take a base runner any way we can get it. Going to call that an E3. Now last time, Charlie Frawley's going to come in and run for him. Running at first base, number 12, Charlie Frawley. The next batter, number 9, Sean Kelly.
Well, just what the Vikings needed there, get on anyway, as you mentioned, get on any way they can at this point with 1 out in the 7th.
I got to tell you, not because he's my son, but Charlie Frawley's a lot of fun to watch on the bases, but unfortunately, that ball was hit straight to the shortstop. He didn't have a chance. That's a game-ending double play, and that's going to be it. The no-hitter is complete by Bailey. The final score is 4-0. Al, go ahead and give some observations. I'm going to turn down my broadcast mic and close it out in the stands.
Well, you just mentioned it, Bill. Bailey in command the whole
game, ladies and gentlemen, with the final score. Arlington 4, Lamar 0. Lamar High School and Arlington High School would like to thank everybody for showing up to support both teams tonight. Please buckle up and drive home carefully. And once again, remember, find 11 ways to do random acts of kindness if you can.
Bailey in command the whole game, throws a no-hitter. Some trouble early on for Bradley Missile and the Vikings. They give up 4 runs in the first 2 innings, a couple of those on errors, and a couple of hits by the Colts. Really put this out of reach after 2. Missile settled down and pitched well into the middle innings, and then Bell came on in relief and pitched well. It kept them in the game.
Well, and I tell you, like you're saying, it's the offensive play and our errors and whatever put it out of reach. But man, I got to say, that Bailey pitching a 7-inning no-hitter.
He was impressive.
Yeah.
He was impressive.
Only allowing 3 runners, a walk to Gutierrez in the first, hit batsman, that was Schaefer back in the 3rd, and then Gutierrez reaches again on an error, as I have it scored, not the official scoring, in the bottom of the 7th. Well,
unfortunately, Bill, the 2 hardest hit balls by the Vikings turned into double plays. They're actually line drives that were caught, and Vikings were on base and doubled up. That last out was hard hit right at second base, and so easy double play there for the Colts.
Well, that's going to close it out. The Vikings fall to 3-2 in district play, so they really have a must-win this Thursday night when they go just about 4 miles or so away and play the Colts over at Arlington High School. That'll wrap it up. I'm Bill Frawley.
I'm Al Qualman.
And VFND.